Welcome back to Tequila Tales. I'm Tequila Tim. In today's episode, we are talking about Casa Dragones. Casa Dragones Blanco tequila review coming up at you right here. This is Oprah Winfrey's favorite tequila, and a lot of people have been DMing me, asking me, how is Casa Dragones? How is this tequila? I want to find out about it. Is it a good tequila or not? Stay tuned. Quick intro. Casa Dragones Blanco review coming right at you. We say this all the time. If you love a tequila because it's good in mixed drinks, you don't really experience that tequila, okay? Experience a tequila neat. Everything I have here, I will drink neat, minus like a couple gimmicky ones that might have ghost pepper in it or some sort of jalapeno infused, and those are good for margaritas, right? But if you truly want to experience a tequila, you don't need to mix it with anything, right? Neat, that's it. If you want to throw a rock in there, go ahead. Not my way to drink it, and I'm not going to tell you what to drink. I don't do that here. There's going to be people out there that say, I absolutely love this tequila, and there's going to be people that say it's just crap, all right? And that's just with every tequila out here in the world. That's the world we live in. Drink what you want. I've got friends that drink Busch Light. I've got friends that will only drink 13% alcohol by volume, crazy IPAs that you can only get in a certain part of Iceland, right? I mean, the world is crazy. The world is different. So Casa Dragones is really interesting just because it's kind of a celebrity brand. It's kind of a Hollywood brand. It's got the whole marketing thing, and it's got this box, which is like a Rolex box. Now, there's 7 words that I've been uttering on this channel my last few videos, and I'll probably say them forever. Never fall in love with a box. It goes for tequila. It can go for other aspects of life. Use your imagination. Say it with me. Never fall in love with a box, all right? Plenty of good boxes up here, plenty of good juices in them. Some are average, but again, if they're spending all this money on packaging, the product suffers from it. That's my take, right? Because you have to jack up the price. I manufacture personal items, personal care items for one of my other businesses. I know when I spend more money on a box, the price of the product is going to go up with it, okay? I'd rather spend the money on what's inside, okay? That's where it should be focused. All right, Casa Dragones, again, don't fall in love with a box, but this is a nice box. It's something you would expect to get a $20,000 watch in. Very sturdy, very nice attention to detail. You open it up, it's very clean, right? So someone who's manufactured goods for a long time, I appreciate detail, and I will say everything that they did on this bottle is detailed as well. I read somewhere it takes 2 hours to make this embossment here of the Casa Dragones logo. You can see the bottle number, the lot number, and the date it was produced right there. So again, A+ for packaging. And if you get the Casa Dragones Blanco or the Joven, you can know that they're labeled, signed, and numbered by hand. So pretty good job done on packaging. All right, guys, time for the Casa Dragones Tequila Blanco production details, courtesy of Tequila Matchmaker. Get it at your favorite app store. Production details, made in NAM 1489. Tequiliana Weber, of course. The region is Jalisco and Los Valles portion of Jalisco. Cooking with an acid thermal hydrolysis and the extraction method, drum roll please. The diffuser. More on that later, but I know I lost every tequila snob in the world that's looking at this tequila and trying to figure out if it's the one for them. Sorry guys, this is made with a diffuser. More on that later. Water source is deep well water. Fermentation with 100% agave, stainless steel tanks, fermentation without fibers. It is twice distilled in still columns. Column stills, I should say. What does that mean? All right. A lot of producers use these for the first batch and then the column still for the second distillation. It's really the only way to verify that it was used twice, or distilled twice, I should say. It's a continuous distillation process, and they use the pot first. And then actually you hope that you get some flavor and complexity from the pots before going into the column, because the column does not add anything really to it, okay? So usually these column stills are efficient, but they're not often used, and they're not the most desired procedure according to the research that I have done. This method is almost always used with the diffuser, which I just touched on. You do not want diffused juice. If you do, you're really not drinking tequila, you guys. It's a really debated topic. I won't go slamming into that one right now in this video. Perhaps I'll dedicate a whole video to it and just link almost every video with diffuser tequila to it. But I don't want to go too far down a rabbit hole. But this is the distillation method that they use to make vodka. And to me, as you'll see me taste this later, to me, this tequila is perfect if you're a vodka drinker. You're going to love it. I was a vodka drinker, and that's why I got into this tequila many years ago, and it's not one that I've stuck with. So spoiler alert, this isn't my favorite tequila, and I think you guys probably already know that. In my opinion, this kind of gives you a bland tequila when you use the diffuser and make it this way. Again, it's really more of a neutral spirit profile and something that you would use for vodka. You're never going to have a vodka unless it's flavored with obviously sugars to make a flavored vodka. And that's why vodka is so plain and why I don't drink it anymore. Now let's talk about the name, Casa Dragones. That means House of Dragons, but there's a story behind it. And every great tequila has a great story. And a lot of on-average tequilas have a story as well. The story of Los Dragones of San Miguel de Allende is an inspirational tale, and it talks about the prominent foundation of modern Mexico, which was the center of the lucrative silver trade industry way back in the late 1700s. Now, San Miguel became a very prosperous town by the late 1700s, and the queen had an elite cavalry called the Dragones. The Dragones go back many, many years, over 4 generations actually, and they got a lot of influence and power in business and trade throughout that region. Led by General Ignacio Allende, the Dragones eventually became questioning the heavy taxes imposed on Mexican people. Now, this move actually sparked Mexico's independence, so it's a pretty cool story that the Dragones, who joined forces with influential leaders from the church, including Father Hidalgo, a parish priest in nearby Dolores, to seek independence from Spain. So basically, the Dragones teamed up with the church and tried to get independence from Spain, and it was on the 16th of September, 1810, that Father Hidalgo himself delivered the cry of independence speech known as El Grito, right? And that was right there to help them get independence from Spain. And on the 16th, that happened, and that's why you will see a 16 right there on the bottle, and again right there on the bottom of the bottle. And if you ever go visit Casa Dragones in Mexico, their address is also number 16. Before I get into the Casa Dragones review and tasting, I will say that the marketing really here is geared towards women. Everywhere I look, it just looks like it's feminine. Even the color scheme they use here, it's a lot different. Look at the ones over my shoulder here, right? These scream authenticity, Mexico, agave. This is very different. This to me looks like a vodka. This looks like it's marketed and packaged different than any other tequila I've ever bought. I'm looking at my wall here. There's a lot of good blancos, but they have a lot of Mexican character behind them, a lot of agave symbols. This to me looks and feels like a vodka. I'm telling you, look how clear that is. Look at how oily that is. This to me is a vodka. So again, Oprah is like the main focal point of their marketing, and it has been for many, many years. Ryan Seacrest also came out and said a lot of good things. Nothing against either of them. Oprah is following women, Ryan Seacrest, women, and maybe gay men. I don't know. I don't know a single macho man dude that I hang out with and smoke cigars and tequila with that follows Ryan Seacrest or any of his advice. So amazing career. I'm sure he's a great guy. I like listening to him in the morning on Sirius XM Radio, the LA, Kiss LA. He's fantastic, but his following is clearly female. So let's just see what this is like. I get almost like that vodka scent from this and a little pepper. Slight citrus, almost like a flavored vodka. That's what I get. It smells a little funky, like sanitizer. To me, this smells like being in a hospital. Let's see what it tastes like. I don't like to read other people's reviews and then do my own. I read Tequila Matchmaker. You're gonna see what other people say right after this. The word that comes up a lot is medicinal, and that comes up. Also, a guy I follow, you should too, Lou Agave, a review he did 8 years ago, said a word, and I didn't want to even think of it as I sipped it. I looked at that review maybe a month ago when I started planning out my notes for this review and gaining research on it. He said a key word that I cannot agree with more. It's numbing. Numbing, and to me, my mouth feels like I just went to the dentist. I'm not gonna lie. I taste vodka when I get this. I mean, I'm sorry, I can't even drink anymore. If you like vodka, Casa Dragones is probably the best sipping tequila for you. You see it out there, and they talk about it being a sipping tequila at other places. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I don't even know if I'd put this in mixed drinks, especially for the price. This bottle right here that I have and I've had for a couple of years,
is going to go in mixed drinks. I hate giving brands bad reviews, but your palate might be different. You might absolutely love it. If you're a long time vodka drinker, you might absolutely love this. And I hope you do, because look, there's a brand for everybody out there. And just like they tell my son who's gonna play college soccer, there's a college for everybody, right? Wherever you go, for all levels, there's a college for everybody. You keep hearing that repetitively. There is a tequila for everybody, right? This is not for me. It's not for a lot of the snobs I hang out with that love tequila that's additive free. It does have a diffuser in it, and that is very important to know. Again, I promised myself I would not go on a rant with that. Other people have in their videos, and that's fine, but not for me. I'm sorry. Like I said, I hate to say it. There's gonna be, right after this, I'm gonna show you some other reviews I found online to show you that, hey, maybe there's some people that are saying really fantastic things about this. Maybe there's some people that are agreeing with what I'm saying, but it's important that you look around and you see what people are saying, especially if you use the Tequila Matchmaker app. I like to find people that have similar taste to me and see what they say about a tequila that I've never had or maybe haven't had in a long time, and then go back to it. Because when you find people with similar tastes and styles, you stick with them, you gravitate towards what they drink, and it's just a big hack. Saves you a lot of money when you're shopping. So that's my Casa Dragones review. Let's see what other people are saying about this before we wrap up.
Okay, so that's my Casa Dragones Blanco review. Let's head over to Tequila Matchmaker and see if I'm standing on an island or if other people share my views. Senor Rick says, I just got to say this product sucks. Medicinal nose, unpleasant mouthfeel, and kind of nasty finish. Waste of money. Okay. Jacob says, tastes like mix of chemicals and overpriced. All right. Andy says it probably best. Well, either love it or you hate it. Personally, I'll stick with more traditional methods and an agave forward flavor profile. Andy, you just hit the nail right on the head. Nick here, who's a good Instagram follow himself at Tequila Wanderer. He's very surprised. He says it's overpriced. It's expensive, but very enjoyable. Okay, so Nick has a knack for picking out good tequilas. I'm surprised that he is a fan of this one. Nick drinks good stuff, so that's a little surprising, but he's not wrong about the price. I mean, again, maybe Nick's saying that if it was priced cheaper, he'd be a drinker of this. Grover is very honest, and Grover owns Tequila Matchmaker. I interviewed him last year. You can read the article. I'll link it below. Grover is the number one person to follow in this industry. He lives down there. He has access to all the information because he's friendly with people. He's just really dedicated his life to finding out more about agave, and he is just a phenomenal follow on any platform. He rated it blind, says varnish, aroma, and flavor, chemicals, not pleasant at all. This is what you should expect from a diffuser-made product, made on the cheap, then sold as if it wasn't. Downright offensive. Ouch. That is Grover Sanchagrin's Casa Dragones Blanco review. I'm just going to end on that. There's no way I could say it better than Grover, who is an absolute legend in the industry. And that's it. Thank you for watching Tequila Tales. I'll be back soon with a better video for you. I'm out. Tequila Tim.